Hi, I'm Chuck Chvala, former Senate Majority Leader.
And I'm Scott Jensen, former Assembly Speaker.
And we're the insiders. So Scott, we have a continuing discussion about Justice Hagedorn. Is he the swing vote? Is he the kind of the moderate of the conservatives on the Supreme Court? And where are we headed with the Supreme Court? Is he going to be a swing vote going forward or not?
Well, I think this most recent case that the court had involving the governor's powers during the public health crisis, his emergency powers, shows that Hagedorn is who he said he was going to be, that he's an independent. He has, I think, regularly disappointed both sides, both the liberal side and the conservative side, and he's calling them as he sees them. I think in this case, his position and the court's position that the governor doesn't have the authority to just extend these orders ad infinitum is a conclusion that people are reaching all over the country. This isn't necessarily, as it's portrayed in the Wisconsin media, a fight between the Republican legislature and a Democratic governor decided by the Supreme Court. We're seeing this all over the country. In fact, NCSL, the National Conference of State Legislatures, published a report last week that showed that in 45 states, they are reconsidering the powers that were given to the executives. And that's states run by Democrats like Andrew Cuomo and Gavin Newsom in California, to states run by Republicans like in Texas with Abbott or in Indiana with Holcomb. The legislatures now understand that the powers they gave to governors were everyone thought would be the result of a natural disaster that would be 30 days or something. And of course, we want the governor to be able to do what needs to be done rather than calling the legislature back. But when you have a pandemic that lasts more than a year, people naturally start to say, well, wait, this is an extraordinary amount of power that we've placed in one person's hands. And there should be some review by other parts of government. So you're seeing legislatures try to roll it back. You're seeing constitutional amendments. You're seeing recalls in California. I think you're seeing a pushback here around the country. And the decision from the Wisconsin Supreme Court was just part of that.
I think there's some merit in what Scott is saying. However, here's the problem. These pandemics tend to last this long. But if you're going to shorten them, you actually have to have really quick action. And that, by definition, almost has to be executive action. The Republican legislature here didn't meet for, what was it, 270 days to take any action with regard to COVID. You know, they could have come in and tried to work on a bipartisan basis with the governor, and they clearly were unwilling to do so. That's exactly why you give this to the chief executive. The other thing is, we've kind of got the classic right now. Why do you want that executive to be able to act later? Because when you get variants like we're getting right now from Britain and South Africa, you see we are now in a race, whether we can get enough people vaccinated before the variants take over. Thank goodness, actually, Governor Evers is doing a great job. We're in the top 10 states. In fact, by some measures, we are #1 in the country on getting shots in the arm proportionally for the number of shots we've got available of the vaccine. We would like to have him be able to do whatever interim thing is necessary to get us to be able to get ahead of the variants with the vaccines. And that's why you leave this with the chief executive. Now, I am a legislative supremacist, as someone once called me. I think Scott's probably in the same category, having served, although I'm sure he would have loved to have been governor, as would be fine with me. I ran for the position. But the reaction of legislatures is inherently very slow. And I think that's the problem here. But talking about Hagedorn, I think he is the swing vote, period, full stop, end of story. And I like that about the judiciary. I do not want to go there and be able to predict the result based upon who got elected by the Republicans or the Democrats. Kudos to Hagedorn. Justice Hagedorn is walking a very difficult tightrope. I give him a lot of credit.
All right. Well, I think we're going to have a lot more of these episodes where we're talking about Chief Justice or for Justice Hagedorn, and we'll see how things play out in the future.
We'll see you next time.